Thank you for your interest in the Teacher Incentive Allotment. In this webinar, we will walk through the steps and best practices to complete the system application, or Step 1, of the Local Designation System approval process. As a reminder, all of our resources are posted on the TIA website at www.tea.texas.gov/TIA. Today, we will focus solely on the system application. The key documents to complete the system application, or Step 1, are the system application, the system approval rubric, the application completion instructions, and the teacher survey directions. Please note that there is a separate system application for each cohort and corresponding application completion instruction set. The system approval rubric is consistent across, and the teacher survey directions are only required for Cohort C. As a best practice, we encourage districts to have open the system application, system approval rubric, and application completion instructions at the same time. Another best practice is to ensure that districts are reviewing the performance standards as they complete the system application. We will first start with the system application. The system application is a downloadable Excel file that will be uploaded through Qualtrics when complete. The link will be in the Directions tab. Each question to directly answer is listed, and there are some areas where you may click on the answer portion or hover to get more information. The red asterisks will indicate the question is required. Due to conditional formatting, we encourage districts to work through the 9 tabs in order, beginning at the Directions, District Information, Weighting, and then so forth. There is generally a limit of 100 to 150 words for each question, unless indicated otherwise. In the example on the screen for district rationale, the section asks the applicant to provide a short narrative. If you click or hover, the questions to consider will pop up to provide additional guidance that is optional when answering the district rationale question. The red asterisk indicates that this is a required question, and for this question there is a 500-word limit. The 9 tabs are on the bottom row, and we recommend working on the application from left to right. We will now highlight a few key points. On the Weighting tab, please use one row for each different eligible teacher group or campus if there are different teacher observation rubrics, student growth measures, or component weights that are being used. If Other rubric is selected on the Teacher Observation tab, it will populate a request for a link to the rubric. Please notice that if selecting Other, the cells will turn green, and then that will be a required question. On the Student Growth tab, based on the weighting questions, only the student growth measures that were chosen will format as green, and districts need only to answer the questions related to that student growth measure. In this example, the district is only using portfolios and will only need to answer the general questions and portfolio-specific questions below. Questions for the other student growth measures that were not selected in the weighting section of the application will be shaded black. On the District Support tab, there is a question regarding annual program surveys. Once a system is approved and after the first teachers are designated in the local system, Texas Tech University will work with districts to send teachers, principals, and HR staff an annual program evaluation survey that can be used for continuous improvement. We will next talk about the application completion instructions by cohort. This document is optional to use and provides a step-by-step of how to complete and submit the system application. It has the same content as the system application, and it also previews the information the districts will need to agree to once they submit their application through Qualtrics. Districts are encouraged to look at these agreements on the first page of the completion instructions early in the application process. The system approval rubric is consistent across cohorts and divided into the same sections of the system application. The first parts are statutorily required components that require full readiness for all indicators. The remaining components are essential, and full readiness descriptors are highly encouraged. For example, valid and reliable measures of student growth is statutorily required, and therefore full readiness is required for system approval. We will now talk about the Cohort C only Texas Tech Teacher Buy-in Survey directions. The survey is designed to measure teacher investment and knowledge of their district's strategic compensation plan prior to the district implementing the system, and will be used only for continuous improvement and feedback. All responses will remain anonymous. Districts in Cohort C only should read and follow the directions for this document. Thank you for joining us on today's webinar. If there are other questions, feel free to review the other resources on our website or reach out to us at tia@tea.texas.gov.